What is up, Karatics? In this video, I'll be giving a visual guide for this week's normal time trial, RC Bandito time trial, and the premium race totaling over $300,000. Note that the time trial can only be completed once a week for the $100,000 payout. The premium race, however, can be completed in a limited amount of times with a 48-minute cooldown between each win. So, starting off with the time trial this week, which is down Chiliad, I highly recommend a motorcycle such as the Batty 801, BF400, or Sanchez for this. In my opinion, this is by far the most difficult and annoying time trial in GTA Online. So why is this? Well, let's start off with the route itself. You're literally going down Mount Chiliad's path, which seems pretty easy, right? But if you stay on that path, you will not get to the checkpoint in time. So you're forced to take shortcuts, driving off cliffs and avoiding many rocks and trees in the way in the process. So, and since it almost needs to be 100% done on a motorcycle, there are high possibilities of falling off or dying. And in most cases when this happens, your motorcycle will start sliding down the mountain and you say, oh, okay, no problem, I'll just call it back in, right? Well, vehicles cannot be delivered on Mount Chiliad's path. So then you have to either call Merryweather helicopter pickup and hope they can land at your location, or run after your bike, dying a few times as you get closer to it, and then try to drive back up to the top again. Now, we can't forget about the checkpoint respawn feature, but you need to be on the motorcycle for that to work. So basically, it's a never-ending loop of you dying and cursing at your TV. It took me over 2 hours to beat this time trial, and therefore I don't recommend anyone even attempting this unless you enjoy raging a lot. If you want to see a compilation of all my fails for this time trial, I will put that at the end of the video for your enjoyment. So here's the run I was finally able to get very lucky with, and again, that's what this time trial mainly is, lots of luck. And on top of that, I was only able to beat it by 1 second at the end, so very, very difficult time trial. Moving on to this week's RC Bandito time trial, which is Vespucci Beach. As always, you need to own an RC Bandito in order to participate in these. So this week's RC time trial is pretty easy, mainly because of the fact that it gives you a ton of extra time, meaning you can go very slow in the turns and areas where you feel you're going to crash, and you're still going to have time left over. If you see yourself losing control of the Bandito a lot, just make sure that anytime you go over a bump while turning, you just let off the throttle, and you'll go super smooth. And lastly, we have this week's premium race, which is Art to Art. This one is restricted to the motorcycles class. So due to all the constant turns of this race, I highly recommend either the Shotaro or the Hakuchu drag for this one. I am personally using the Shotaro in this run because it's a little easier to control. And that's it, guys. Normal time trial this week is extremely difficult, but possible with lots of luck and hours of raging. The RC time trial of Vespucci Beach is pretty easy because of the extra time they give you, and this week's premium race is pretty easy if you give it a couple practice runs of a normal version beforehand. Again, remember guys, you can earn over $300,000 between the three, and setting yourself to go to beat them is always a lot of fun in my personal opinion, except for that first time trial. That one wasn't that much fun. Let me know which one down below you guys find the most difficult. Except for the time trial, if you found this week's premium race or the Bandito time trial, which one you found more difficult, which one was easier for you to beat the people in the premium race or to beat the RC time trial. My personal opinion, the RC time trial is the easiest this week. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and as promised, here is a compilation of me failing the time trial over and over for your enjoyment.